Man, Rooster, it's got to be 5 o'clock somewhere.
Hey everybody, welcome back to
That show.
I'm Rooster.
I'm Bishop.
And today we got an interesting topic to talk about. We're going to talk about, but you said,
You told me this is what it was going to be.
Now what? Except for nobody is actually viewing it that way. Everyone's totally forgotten about all this fucking...
It's convenient, right?
Yeah, right.
It's absolutely convenient that, when you get into politics and as you're running for office, people will put anything out there that is the perfect fishing bait.
Right, exactly.
To get the interest and convince you that this is the best option for you.
Right.
Now, we don't really want to dive too deep into this because politics is politics, and as these episodes go on, you're gonna get a good feel that we're open-minded, we're willing to have conversations, but we also aren't gonna take any bullshit.
Yes.
And right now, everybody is deep in it. I mean, to their eyeballs. Okay, so we're talking about some of the things that were promised leading up to the election, right? And things that we are seeing now that aren't coming.
Have not come to fruition.
Yeah, they're still fantasies. They're still out there. It's never going to happen.
And we can start with the biggest one, the stimulus check bullshit that we're still all fucking waiting on.
Absolutely. And how many of you people out there really use that extra money? I mean, how many of you out there would like? Maybe you don't need it, but it's a nice little pity. Maybe it'd be a nice little money to go on a vacation this spring.
Get away from all this chaos and shit that's going on.
As everybody's peeling their faces off now because they realize that, hey, we've been doing this for a year and things really aren't changing.
Right.
There's going to be a lot of travel going on. I don't know about you, but I'm looking forward to it. This last year has been horrible with, we're going to tell you how to live your life because this is the best possible outcome for you.
Because it's necessary, right?
But yeah, the stimulus thing is it's got people backwards. You've got people that have really counted on that money.
Yeah, for real though.
And a lot of people that are out of work that are legitimately needing it.
Right.
And then you have people that it's just an extra little bit of money.
Yeah. But imagine owning like a small business right now or something. I can't imagine trying to get by and survive when fucking people aren't allowed outside, aren't allowed into your business.
Imagine being the small business owner and expecting those customers to receive that money to buy your services.
To buy your shit, yeah, to keep the economy fucking going and stuff.
And they want to talk about that stuff. But again, we were told, especially with the Georgia runoffs, Biden went out and said, well, you vote blue and you're going to get $2,000. Well, the second he's in office... Now he's like, well, you got 600, so I'm going to give you 14. But they can't give you 14 because they can't even agree on what the hell they're doing.
Right? For fucking real, though.
So what are we doing here, people? This is not this is not okay. This is not okay.
Or like him talking about saying this whole student debt forgiveness program. Me as a college student, I can relate to that. My parents especially, too.
Well, okay. You don't sign up for college...
Right.
Expecting to go to college for free.
Yeah.
I mean, they do have these loan programs and financing and scholarships.
But that's what he wrote on. He drove, and all these other Democrats drove throughout the campaign that there was going to be this student debt forgiveness for $50,000. That's how they secured all these younger votes.
Yeah, I get that. But how many people do you think actually believe that shit?
I think a lot.
That's the problem.
Idiots. Yeah.
That's the problem.
like, you think they're just going to sign away billions of dollars from these schools? Like... The schools ain't letting it happen, that's for sure.
Could you imagine what the cost of school would be if that actually happened?
Oh yeah, no, that'd be insane. It would literally cut my entire tuition in half, basically.
But I mean, going forward, right? If they had to write all this debt off, because the schools aren't going to get paid immediately.
You mean they spike the prices because
they're getting fucked? Right.
Okay, now I know what you're saying.
Right.
Yeah, definitely.
So... I don't know, folks. You got to let us know. If you're in college, or you got kids in college, or you're sending a kid to college, does that really have that much of an impact for you? I mean, we want to know, So
yeah, you were riding on paying for it anyway, so
let us know in the comments because we want to read them. And as always, we're on our third episode now. We've got a great response from our second. We appreciate it. Please subscribe and leave those comments.
Yeah. We want ideas. We want things to talk about. Anything you guys want to hear us discuss, we're completely down for. So,
but back to the topic at hand here. So we're talking about broken promises.
But you said, wait a minute.
No, wait a minute. Did you say that or did I say that?
I didn't say that. No.
Who said that?
Nobody said that.
That's not on film. Are you sure?
That's like Biden saying that about, he was like, oh no, I didn't have the access to the vaccine until I was in office, even though there's a fucking video recording of him getting the vaccine.
Yeah, what the hell was that? Was that vitamins? What do you need? Is that some altered flu shot that you needed? I mean, was that some go juice that you needed to have to go to the next press conference? What the fuck was that? If that wasn't a vaccine. I mean, come on. You think we're idiots?
Right, exactly, for real. I mean, but partially, I don't think he's trying to lie. I think he just has no fucking idea what he's talking about.
Do you even think he knows where he's at?
Most of the time, no.
I mean, come on. You look at the guy. If he didn't have the mask on his face, would he literally be breathing through his mouth? I mean, is there a respirator under there we can't see? Is there an oxygen line coming down keeping him awake?
Right.
Because that dude is Sleepy Joe for real. I mean, that's always been the joke, right? As he's gotten older. He's old Sleepy Joe. Man, that dude is straight asleep. That dude has got narcolepsy.
Right.
I'm surprised he can stay awake for more than 10 minutes.
For real. Jesus.
But, these broken promises thing, it doesn't instill confidence in your government.
Right. But I can't believe people are just forgetting about it.
Well, it's convenient because you don't want to be proven wrong.
Exactly. Yeah. I guess that's probably the main thing is that people don't want to look into it and see that they were wrong and that they shouldn't have done that initially.
It's a point of example that somebody would go out of their way to do something so extreme, to change, to make a shift in something just so they can prove if they're right. And then when they're proven wrong again, they don't want that egg on their face.
Right, exactly. They don't want to know about it. They close the curtains and they...
I mean, these sons of bitches are burning their Biden posters in their backyards. They don't want fucking people to know. And they're putting some weird-ass bumper stickers over the shit they got on the back of their car. I've seen it in the parking lots. I've already seen like 3 cars that they've literally put different bumper stickers over the Biden sticker.
Wow.
You're only how many days in?
They're like, we fucked up.
Jesus. I'm looking at shit that Trump had on from his first runoff.
Right.
That shit is sun-faded to hell, but people are still rolling with it. I mean, let's be honest. I still see Obama stickers. I actually saw the other day a Reagan sticker.
Really?
Yeah, and it wasn't some reproduction. It was
from centuries past. It was dirty as fuck.
Way back in the day, and you all know what I'm talking about. But yeah, we as a society and as a culture, you can't do that. You cannot come out and promise things to people and not come through with it. And I will cut him some slack. I will cut the administration some slack, right? We're not even 100 days in.
Yeah, exactly. No, it takes time. But he promised all of this stuff from the first fucking day.
Right. And it's always, and he said it himself. There's some videos out there. You can look it up yourself and some of the recent conferences that he's had. But he's even come out and said, we can't keep going 1 step forward and 2 steps back. That's not how we're going to get things done. Well, somebody obviously in that mic in his ear is telling him the right things to say now.
Right, yeah.
Because they are realizing that this is rolling up to a point where they can't do this for you.
Yeah.
And they've got to get on track if they're going to try and pull this shitstorm out of the drain.
Yeah.
Right? Because this is not working.
Right.
This is not working at all.
Though.
And we need to watch. Everybody, I don't care what side of the aisle you're on. You all need to keep these people accountable. If you're upset, you need to call them. You need to call your representatives, your senators. You need to call these people. And you need to let them know this is not okay. Your community or you or people that you know are suffering from it. Broken promises don't pay.
Right. But these people who voted for him relying basically on these like I said, a lot of college students, all that stuff relying on this stuff to get done. And now he's just coming out and be like, nope. It's not happening. It's not going to happen. Not even like it's delayed, like he's not working on it, but like You know, like him coming out and being like, oh, I'm gonna create more jobs, and then on day one, fucking firing
crush the pipeline,
70,000 Keystone
You
workers.
might as well have crushed America's esophagus,
right?
Because you crushed the shit out of it. Look at all the people you put out of work. That ain't right.
Right, exactly.
I mean, and they have every right to be pissed off.
Oh yeah.
And it's so funny to watch that because he wants to crush that, but then we just have the worst winter storm in history in decades that crippled the South, right? And you look at what's really going on down there, and they were restricted on their energy source. But yet we want to do that? That is not, you're breaking a promise of creating jobs. You are literally shit canning people from the get-go.
For real.
What are they going to do?
Day one. Right. That was literally his first day in office. It blew my fucking mind.
Well, we don't want to get into, he's got a stack, and I mean a stack of executive orders he's been signing out. I mean, it's like he's creating his own magazine collections.
Really?
I mean, I've seen less fucking books than Encyclopedia Britannica. That shit is ridiculous. You gotta stop that shit.
Christ.
Work on real politics. And stop bombing fuckers. You're telling everybody you want to get along? What are you doing bombing the shit out of Syria?
Talking about fucking unity and all this shit. And
we're going to have peace and unity and everybody's going to be together in this struggle, one mankind. You're blowing the fuck out of some people. What is that? What is that? What kind of broken promise is that? Where's the peace in that?
And speaking of unity, him trying to what were they talking about? Trying to get Trump voters. They were trying to identify them and put them into re-education camps.
Oh God, yeah.
So that they can.
If you haven't read those articles, you need to go look at that.
Yeah.
And this was leading up to the election, and now we've got, of course, we really don't want to start pointing fingers at House reps and senators, but you are literally implying things to do things that have happened in the past. Look what happened in World War II. That's the same shit,
right?
You can't do that,
right?
You can't
That's
do
like
that.
what we were talking about last week with Gina Carano and her whole tweet about how Dems view Republicans like Nazis viewed the Jews.
It's horrible, people. You can't keep doing this,
right?
You can't keep doing this. We're not going to get better as a society if you're going to keep doing this. This is ridiculous. You talk about real solutions, we're here. We want to hear it. Put it in the comments. We'll talk to you about it. But do not keep drawing a line saying it's one side or the other. That line needs to get a whole lot wider, and the people that are in the middle will make the real change. We can't keep doing this. I mean, that's just how I feel.
Yeah.
I mean, you're coming into the world now, and you're getting ready to go out on your own. So you need to be very aware of how this works.
Right, exactly, for real. And I always haven't been very political, but just recently, I've been kind of forced into this political spectrum and analyze, being a voter and that type of stuff. Having to actually analyze these videos, and it's blowing my mind the fucking the chaos and the shit that these people get away with. It's absolute bullshit.
Well, folks, we just wanted to touch on that. If you've got anything else, like I said, we've said several times, leave the comments, subscribe, share the video, like it. That helps us out a lot. We're trying. We are definitely trying. But, man, you cannot people can't keep doing this.
Seriously, though, it's fucking absurd, the hypocrisy in all of this shit. But unless the next round's on you, folks, we got to go, so...
See you next time.
Yeah.
Cheers.
That does it for today's video, guys. Thanks for watching. Be sure to leave a like and subscribe to, that show.